When society collapses, the world won't end with a bang. It ends quietly in the spaces you don't expect. Not the screams, not the chaos, not even the gunfire, but the silent killers hiding between the cracks of a broken world. Tonight, we're pulling the curtain back. These are the overlooked dangers you'll face after a collapse, and the strategies that experts agree can keep you alive. 1. Dehydration, the slow, silent enemy in the aftermath. Thirst becomes one of the first real threats. You might be surrounded by water, but not a drop you can safely drink. Contaminated streams, broken pipes, floodwater full of chemicals and pathogens. Signs you're in danger: dry mouth, dizziness, confusion, poor decisions, the worst things to lose in a crisis. How to beat it: stay ahead of dehydration by rationing activity, not water. Purify and filter any questionable source always. And remember, finding water is important, but protecting your energy is just as critical. 2. Contaminated water. The invisible poison. Even clear water can carry parasites, bacteria, or chemical runoff after infrastructure fails. What experts warn: most post-collapse illnesses come from waterborne contamination. Survival principles: never assume water is safe just because it looks clean. Treat, filter, or boil when possible. Avoid water near industrial areas, flooded homes, and stagnant pools. In a collapsed world, the deadliest enemies aren't the ones you can see. 3. Infection. Minor wounds become major threats. A scraped knee, a cut finger, a blister from walking. In normal times, they're nothing. But without access to modern medicine, they can become life-threatening. Why it happens: no antibiotics, dirty tools, improper wound care, weak immune systems from stress, hunger, and exhaustion. How to reduce the risk: keep wounds clean, dry, and protected. Avoid unnecessary risks. Preventing an infection is far easier than treating one in a crisis. 4. Carbon monoxide, the odorless killer. When power fails, people improvise heat. Charcoal grills indoors, generators in garages. A sealed room becomes a coffin. Why it's dangerous: carbon monoxide is invisible, odorless, and deadly in minutes. How to avoid it: ventilation is life. Never burn anything in enclosed spaces. Stay alert to headaches, confusion, and dizziness, your body's early warnings. 5. Structure collapses. Homes that turn against you. Buildings weakened by storms, fire, or neglect can kill without warning. Common hazards: rotten floorboards, damaged stairwells, fire-weakened beams, crumbling brick or concrete, loose debris in attics or basements. Caution is survival. Move slowly, test surfaces, and avoid unnecessary entries into unstable structures. 6. Desperate people. Fear turns anyone dangerous after a collapse. Desperation becomes the great equalizer. Good people make terrible choices when hunger, fear, and uncertainty take over. Expert insight: most danger comes not from villains, but from ordinary people pushed past their limits. Mitigation strategies: stay aware of your surroundings, keep interactions brief and calm, avoid displays of excess resources. Don't advertise your capabilities or supplies. Your best defense is not being a target. 7. Night raids. When darkness becomes a weapon. With no lights, no patrols, and no working alarms, darkness becomes the perfect cover. Risks: quiet break-ins, resource theft, surprises while you're asleep, misidentifying threats or noises. How to reduce danger: position yourself where you can see and hear approaching movement. Use natural barriers, high ground, locked rooms, or bottleneck entry points. A little preparation can prevent a lot of fear when the world goes dark. 8. Wild animals. Nature moves back in as humans retreat. Animals advance. Dogs form feral packs. Raccoons break into shelters. Predators follow scavengers. You're not just surviving the collapse, you're surviving nature reclaiming its territory. Avoid unnecessary encounters. Store food securely, keep distance, and never assume an injured animal is harmless. 9. Emotional breakdowns. The quiet internal collapse. There's a different kind of danger: the collapse inside your own mind. Hopelessness, isolation, fear, guilt, fatigue. These don't kill instantly but slowly drain your ability to make decisions. What helps: routine, purpose, small goals, social connection when possible. Even simple grounding practices help keep your mind functional under pressure. 10. Group conflicts. The enemy within groups form naturally after a collapse, but that doesn't mean they hold together. Common triggers: resource scarcity, power struggles, mistrust, stress, differing risk tolerances, expert insight. Groups survive not by strength but by clear communication and boundaries. Define roles, set expectations, address conflict early. A united group is a lifeline, but a fractured one can be a death sentence. 11. Bad decisions, the most fatal threat of all under stress, sleep deprivation, dehydration, or fear you're beyond. Your brain becomes your biggest wild card. The danger, one rushed choice can undo days of preparation. Stay alive by slowing down, pause, assess, think. When something feels urgent, that's precisely when you must breathe and reassess. 12. Food poisoning, the risk hiding in every meal, spoiled food, contaminated wildlife, improper storage. After a collapse, even a simple meal can become a threat. Prevention. When in doubt, throw it out. Avoid anything with strange smells or textures. Be cautious with scavenged or expired items. Practice good hygiene when handling food. Your body can't afford a gastrointestinal illness when every calorie counts. The final truth, these dangers won't roar in your face. They won't announce themselves. They creep. They whisper. They wait for you to be tired, distracted, or careless. But survival isn't about strength. It's about awareness, adaptability, guarding your body, your mind, and your decisions. In the end, the world may collapse, but you don't have to. Stay alert, stay calm, and stay alive.